Sanctification is not a process. Welcome, guys. I'm really excited about this one because this is the one that actually hit me. This is the moment I stopped doubting my salvation. I stopped doubting myself. I stopped feeling like I was wrestling with my own thoughts every single day. And ultimately, I had made so many promises to God that I was gonna become that Christian. And this was the week I was gonna change. I was gonna stop lusting. I was gonna read more. I was gonna pray more. I was gonna have joy. I was gonna have gratitude. And I was gonna live aligned with what He wanted for my life. And it felt like I failed time and time again, no matter how hard I tried. And when I finally realized that I was putting my identity on the other side of performance, that's when all those questions that I was wrestling with day in and day out as to why I couldn't change, and all the feelings of me thinking I was abnormal and feeling isolated and never being able to put my finger on what was actually wrong, it finally clicked. And I want that to click for you today and get you to understand that you're not watching this video because you want to learn about sanctification. You're watching this video because you want what understanding sanctification is going to give you. And what it's going to give you is that grounded version of you that you've been trying so hard to get. That version of you that stops waking up with anxiety. The version of you that stops feeling behind. The version of you that stops sabotaging his life. And ultimately the version of you that steps into the purpose and the confidence that you want so desperately. Being the father, being the husband, having the business, being the provider, being the man that's constantly knowing who he is, staying steady, staying calm, and ultimately walking in his God-given ability and breaking all of the fear that you've been operating from. So stick with me 15 minutes, and I promise you exactly what this did in my life, it will do in your life. I finally asked myself a question. What if the reason I was falling into the same cycles of sin and not stepping into the version of Luke that I knew I could be and who I wanted to be so bad was not because I lacked discipline? I wanted to be the man that didn't negotiate with temptation. I wanted to be the Christian that was so connected with God and I never doubted my salvation. I wanted to be able to walk into a room and not wonder what everyone was thinking about me. I wanted to be able to talk to other people confidently, not trying to people please, not trying to earn their approval because of how secure I was in my identity. I wanted purpose and discipline so badly in my life, and I know that you want all of those things. I wanted to be looked at as this man that was separated from everyone else, where he just was different. And I just couldn't figure it out. It was like the more discipline and the more promises and the more I tried, the farther I got from that version of Luke. It was like the gap kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And at a certain point, I became hopeless. At a certain point, I began to think that I was just a failure and I was a fraud and I would never be able to change. And that caused me to go farther in to escape. That caused me to run farther away from God. It caused me to run farther away from my problems. And this is why I quit football. This is why I got broken up with. This is why I didn't do anything hard. This is why I had a victim mindset and I filtered reality through such a lens that everything was against me and that I was just never gonna be able to be enough. So at a certain point, when I hit rock bottom and everything that I thought I had, I lost, no relationship with God, crippling anxiety, zero purpose, zero confidence, zero security, football gone, girlfriend gone, family's relationship crumbled, I have no money to my name, don't even know where I'm gonna go to college, I don't have a job. I have nothing going on for me in my life Yet for whatever reason, I still had a tiny sliver of hope deep down. Maybe it was a little bit of delusion, but it was, Luke, you can do something so powerful. You can do something so much more than what you're doing. But for whatever reason, I kept sabotaging it. It was like I'd get so close to it, boom, go right back to square one. So I had to ask myself a question: if I really could be that man, then why wasn't it happening? Why did my reality look so far from the truth and the feelings that I thought internally? My reality was so far away from what I thought I should be experiencing. You know why my reality was so far from what I wanted, and why your reality is so far from what you want? It's because you have thought that the solution is more discipline, more reading, more prayer, more promises, and more sin management. You think, once I complete this and once I do this, then I will be this. But you don't realize when you do that, there's a contradiction in what you want and what you believe you're worthy and capable of. So I was saying for the longest of time that I wanted to be a husband and a father and a business owner and a successful football player and have a grounded relationship with God and love others and serve others and share the gospel and be internally secure with God. But then I still was operating from the belief that I was a sinner and that I was unworthy and that I was, condemned and I was shameful and I was a failure. I believed those things, and then I was trying to produce actions that contradicted those beliefs. I was trying to produce fruit in my life with a root that was incapable of producing the fruit. And that's exactly what you're doing. And it clicked for me when I realized this, because it killed me every day, where it was, God, why are you not responding to me? Why am I not getting what I feel like I deserve? Because I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying, and it feels like I'm talking to a wall. It feels like I'm not a son. It feels like you don't love me. It feels like you're actually mad at me. And this is when I realized it wasn't that God was far from me. It wasn't that God was distant from me. It was that I was trying to create what God had already given to me. So I created a reality and an illusion that God wasn't there for me and God wasn't answering my prayers. But God's sitting there probably laughing at me, and He's probably laughing at you, because He's probably like, I gave you the identity in Christ. I gave you everything you need right here, right now. All you have to do is participate. All you have to do is live aligned to that identity. But for whatever reason, myself and you think I gotta go outside and then it'll fix the inside. But the moment it clicked was when I realized, no. It's the inside and then the outside will follow. I was trying to become through effort what I believed that I was not. And that's exactly what you do. So what do I mean by that? I was trying to strive and strive and strive. Willpower, white knuckle. Through all my effort, I was doing everything I could to earn that worth and earn the purpose and earn the recognition. But I still had a belief that I wasn't capable of doing those things. So now this was the moment when I realized sanctification is not a process. It's the moment I realized I was trying to produce holy actions while still believing that I was dirty. I thought if I change and turn away from my sin, then I'll be sanctified, then I'll be holy. But like we said, there was a contradiction. My identity was still a sinner that was dirty, and then I was trying to produce actions that were holy. That never was going to work, no matter how hard I tried. And that's why I did try my hardest and it didn't work. And it made me go crazy. And this is when I realized Satan's tactics. And this is what I need you to realize. Satan is going to make you think that you have to do and then you will be. But God is trying to get you to see that you already are, therefore you do. You move from acceptance, you don't move for it. You move from victory, you don't move for victory. So I read the Bible now and I see Hebrews 10:10, by the which will we have been sanctified, past tense, through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ once and for all. Then I see Hebrews 10:14, for by one offering he has perfected forever them that are sanctified, past tense. 1 Corinthians 6:11, you are washed and you are sanctified. Then we go Ephesians 1:13, I'm sealed with the Holy Spirit. Then we go to Colossians 2:10, I'm complete. Then we go to 2 Corinthians 5:17, I'm made new, my old ways are gone. Then we go to Romans 6:11, I'm dead to sin, I'm alive in God. Now I start picking up on what God is putting down. He's trying to say your identity is what produces everything in your life. The external reflects the internal. So you were a sinner, and that's why you produce sin. You sinned because you were a sinner. You didn't sin and become a sinner. But that's why I sent Jesus for you, to die for you in your place. And then he rose from the dead 3 days later and defeated death so he could live inside of you, so you could rise with him and be born into righteousness, born into the seed of God that cannot sin, as it says in 1 John chapter 3. Now, when you believe that over your thoughts, you believe you're already holy, you believe you're already righteous, you're already perfect. If you believe you are it now, before you can see it, because we walk by faith, we don't walk by sight, my day-to-day actions can reflect a righteous person. Now, if my day-to-day actions reflect a righteous person, slowly but surely, my results are gonna follow, and that version of me that I was trying so hard to become is actually going to come into my reality, because reality will always catch up if I'm taking day-to-day actions aligned with that version of me that I want to be later down the line. So you might be laying in bed right now after another relapse. You might still feel disconnected from God. You might still feel unworthy. You might still feel like everything I just said doesn't apply to you. And the one thing I want you to understand is that the identity, the mechanism, everything I just gave you has nothing to do with this. This video has everything to do with you. This video has everything to do with the version of you that I know you desperately want to become. I'm trying to get you to see that sliver of hope that is still there. Because I know it's probably been so long where you have even thought of a reality that isn't looking the way that your reality looks now. You've probably got so used to living in this numbness and this brokenness that you think that this is just normal. And you cannot imagine a world where you break out of this. So I'm not asking you to just force yourself to apply everything I told you and just go identity, identity, identity. But what I'm asking you to do is just recenter yourself and zoom out for a second and think about that version of you that deep down in the core of your heart, you actually want to be, and who you actually know you can be. That version of you that's that father and that husband and that leader and that person and that Christian that everyone gravitates towards because of your positivity, because of your security, because of you knowing who you are. The guy that just seems to have it all figured out. I know you feel on the opposite end of the stick, but I promise you, and I'm not saying this, I was on that opposite end of the stick on your end right at this time last year. And now, am I still working out of the performance? Am I still working out of the insecurity and everything I struggled with? Yes. But the version of Luke that I am today, where I went from that rock bottom on July 31st with the no direction, the no money, the no connection with God, heartbroken, family issues, wanting to end my relationship with God, and ultimately stop trying in life, as hard as that is to say. I don't even want to say that out loud, but there was multiple occasions where I thought of that. Thought I'd never be able to break out of my lust. I'd never be able to change. I would never be able to be like everyone else. I felt so isolated. And who I am today, with this business, with this purpose every single day, this true direction, this internal security, knowing exactly who I am day in and day out, this joy that I feel, this ability that I have to not be a slave to my emotions anymore, a slave to my temporary feelings of anxiety or pressure or shame or depression, being able to actually know where I stand with God and know what the gospel actually is and know why Jesus truly died for me. If someone told me I'd be in this position today a year ago, I would have laughed because I would have thought it was a lie, or I would have cried tears of joy because it's the life I always dreamed of. And I'm trying to get you to see that that life you desire so bad can happen. So ultimately, I want you to imagine that the war is over. You're no longer fighting yourself. You're no longer run by your temptations. You're no longer run by your intrusive thoughts. You know exactly who you are. You're not one moment confident, the next moment down. You're steady, you're grounded. I want you to think about that version of you and what he does, how he acts, who he impacts, how he feels. How would that change your life? Think about the war being done, because the war is done. I'm telling you. Imagine you don't have to prove yourself anymore. Imagine you don't have to perform anymore. Imagine you can come to God feeling loved and seen and not scared. Imagine actually being able to read your Bible. Imagine actually being able to take action and do hard things in your life and enjoy it and have discipline from a place of identity and no longer be desperate and no longer be using people, things, opportunities to earn worth. And you move from this confidence and this mindset that no matter fail or succeed, I'm enough. I want you to imagine that, because that version of you, like I just said, that's who God intended you to be before fear took over. And we have to close this gap, but we can't keep closing it through what you've been doing. And it's not about sanctification. It's not about Bible verses. It's about believing what God has already made you and what God has already done for you through Christ. And if we focus on that and realize that sin is not our enemy, sin is not the villain. You're not the villain. The villain, the enemy, is agreement. It's a belief and it's an identity that you operate from. And if we change the belief and we change the agreement and we change the identity we operate from and we reinforce it, we rewire it every single day, and we consciously align ourselves with the gospel, the true gospel, I'm telling you, what happened in my life will happen in your life. I absolutely guarantee it. So you can either do one of two things though. You can keep putting it off and telling yourself it's not a big deal like I did for 2+ years, and I ruined a lot of good things that I didn't have to ruin because I did that. And you can keep trying to figure it out yourself and numb yourself and live on that hamster wheel where it feels like you're making no progress and you're coping with yourself. Or you can actually make a decision and realize something needs to change. And this is not just some dopamine hit, some mental masturbation where it's just gonna solve all my problems in one video, because that's what you've been doing up to this point and it clearly hasn't been working. And you can actually double down on you and realize that everything that you want in your life is simply just on the other side of you not performing and you operating from the version of yourself that you already are, and just getting you to pull the layers back, rewire the fear, replace the scarcity that you've developed through years of trauma with the word, and everything else will follow. So if you actually want to do that and level up with someone like me that's been through every single thing you've gone through, feeling every way you felt, and that's why I can articulate all this. That's why I know I've probably spoken to you, if you're still watching the video up to this point, if you can't tell the conviction I have and what it's done in my life and how I've been able to help my other mentees and how I've been able to help everyone around me in my life, I want to actually help you with that. And I don't want to see you put time and space between this problem that you know you need to fix. It's either you have to get uncomfortable now, or you have to get uncomfortable 5-10 years down the line when you get divorced, when you have no purpose, when you're still disconnected from God, and when you don't have the life that you always wanted. What's more uncomfortable? And I think you know the answer. So you can book a call down below in the bio, or you can DM me on Instagram at CaughtByGrace. I'm also gonna put up a video here and a video here that maybe might be some cross references so you can get more knowledge, get more game. And I'm excited. I appreciate all of you more than you could know. And I really hope if we never talk, this video could still help you, and I hope that it can still change the trajectory of your life. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and let's keep building.